सूर्या
Hi Sakshi.
क्या कर रही हो?
I'm repotting these plants.
Oh,
They're
you're
not looking as, they're not growing as well, and the season is good now, so
Okay.
it's the right time to repot. So I'm going to do that.
And क्या मतलब like problem क्या है plant में?
So it's not growing. It used to be very healthy. When it is doing good, it'll look very green and it'll be standing up all these leaves. And now you see they're drooping down. So there's
Okay.
something going on which is not right. So I actually left this plant with some friend for a few months. So I
Okay.
thought maybe they're, using unfiltered water, which was the problem. And I've been using filtered water since some days, but it's still not, standing up. So there's something wrong. And
Okay.
I just found out for another plant that was root bound.
Show me what's wrong.
So I'll I'll just show you this. Like it just grows like this.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna see how this looks inside. So,
Okay. Maybe then we'll see how does this look.
Yeah. So I'll also remove some of those leaves where it is a little bit browning and all is there for some of the leaves. So I'm just gonna pull those out because you don't need those leaves. So
Okay.
we'll grow new leaves.
What's the name of this plant?
This is Dracena.
Dracena.
Yes.
Okay. And what's the significance of it?
I think it gives a nice, green feeling.
Okay.
And it's probably filters. I think it might absorb some of those toxic,
Okay.
like
So it's
maybe-
good for the
it's
safe
good for purifying air,
air and
inside
all.
home. Yes.
Okay.
And also it gives a nice canopy feel.
Okay.
Because like I told you, it'll all stand up and it'll be so bright and beautiful.
Right.
And it'll like reflect, like it has a healthy look, which I really like.
Okay. Okay. It looks nice. Still, it looks really nice. That's
Yeah,
really
it
nice.
could look. It can be even more beautiful. I mean, this is not how it should be.
Okay. Now let's just go to wherever it has the problem and we'll discuss that.
Okay, sure.
So right now what she's doing is she's taking out all the stones and now she's going to actually go to the roots where she's going to take out the plant from the pot itself and she'll look at what actual the problem is. So let's see. So guys, let's look at it. Let's see.
Yeah. Well, yes, this is root bound as well.
Okay. I really like your love towards the plants.
Yeah, I love plants. It feels good having them at home. So, yeah, see, this is the problem. So now I have to cut these things out.
So isn't that harmful to the plant because you're cutting their roots?
Yes, but
It will be painful, but in long.
yeah, it will grow again.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is bad because this is going to.
So are these the extra roots or what it is?
So they're just overgrown roots.
Okay.
So I think
And if we keep them like that, then what will happen to the plant?
it will not be energetic. It will not grow there. It is
Okay.
growing here.
Okay.
And there's not enough space here.
Okay.
So I'll just cut them out, and it'll grow new roots. So
Okay.
that's not a problem.
And then again you will cut them out once.
I mean, once I feel that it's not doing
Yeah.
well, like, I do the proper care, and if it's not doing well, means probably the problem is here.
Okay.
So, yeah, you just throw this.
Okay. That's the waste. Okay.
And I'll carefully remove these plants, these soil inside. I don't want to damage all the roots, but yeah, I want to remove the extra roots.
Say hi to these plants. Guys, please say hi to these plants. They're so nice.
Oh, I love these plants. They're very low maintenance, and like I said, it gives a nice canopy feel, uplifts your mood, and maybe it also purifies air. I think it purifies air. I believe so. Now I don't remember all those which are those particles. I think there are some certain components it removes. I don't remember the names, but yeah, definitely it's good.
And then after this, you are going to
I'll
what?
just repot it and then
So are you going to pour the another soil into it
no, I'll
or
use the same soil.
same
Shouldn't be a
soil?
problem.
And you are going to use the fertilizers or anything, or it should be fine?
I think it should be fine. Maybe I have some fertilizer which I dilute in water and then I can pour it. So maybe I'll do it after a few days. But
Okay.
it is also something I'd like to do.
Okay.
But that that I can pour from the top, so it's not a big deal. I can do it later.
Okay.
Right now, just wanna clean this out and take out this extra stuff. Yeah, I think it's fine now. So here we go.
Okay, so now let's see how she's repotting this.
Yeah.
And
Again. So let me remove this. Yeah.
so you're removing the lid.
Yeah. Because see,
Oh,
I see the roots
okay.
have gone in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just
These are overgrown.
Yeah. Now maybe I'll just wash a little bit. Because I'll not get to wash this again like this, right?
And how often do you water these plants?
Whenever I feel it's dry,
Okay.
like I touch it, or maybe once a week, something like that.
Okay.
Maybe a few days also. It depends, like because when I keep outside, it depends on the atmosphere, right? Like if it's very dry, it dries out fast. So it's nice to give it a gap, like let it dry and then water it. That's a good thing.
Okay.
So and like I said, these are low maintenance, so it doesn't matter much. Like if you skip watering for a few days, or even if you overwater, I think none of these things will shock the plant as much as some other plants which are high maintenance. So that way, that's one thing I like about this plant, that it's very low maintenance. Okay, so I guess this is good now. Okay.
So guys, now we are potting this plant, repotting it again. And she's putting the soil again back into the pot. And then maybe you'll just pour half of it and then you'll...
No,
okay.
I'll
And
see
now
if
you
I
will
can-
pour the full.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's the way to form the roots, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty good. And now you will pour the stones over it. You call them as stones or what?
They're stones, so they just give a nice feeling, and it'll mask the this black soil,
Okay.
and also it'll prevent water from evaporating so easily.
Okay.
So that acts as like a kind of a
Okay.
so both ways, for both looks, and it also has a function. So
Okay.
but it is maybe I'll wash it and then I'll put it on top later.
Okay.
So I poured all the soil back. And for the rest of the space, I'll put a little bit of the soil, the stones on
Stones. Okay.
So I guess this
So now
is
it's
good.
ready.
Yes.
It's good to... Pouring some water.
Yes.
Okay. So now it's good to go. So guys, this was a nice video of how do you repot the plant and keep them healthy. So yeah, these are the two which she did, and this is the another one which she will be doing. So yeah, that's the video from my side, Sakshi.